Hi, I'm Kim Preston. I'm with InRoads Creditunion and I'm the Director of Member Experience. When I first came to InRoads, we weren't digital. We were still very in-person, old school. And just being with InRoads and having that technology-based atmosphere, one of our greatest achievements is the last 4 years, we've really embraced it and enhanced it and implemented it in a community that may have been a little bit hesitant and been really successful. Our demographic is very rural and they're very, they love handshakes, right? They value that personal interaction. And because we're not the first person to implement technology, there is a little bit of perception that it's going to depersonalize their experience. So trying to overcome that and show our membership that it's not going to depersonalize your experience, it's going to elevate your experience, and we're going to be allowed to, bank on your terms, not just ours. So we're still actively overcoming that. Absolutely. I mean, when we first started with digital banking, we actually introduced that in the form of ITMs in our drive-thrus.
Yeah.
And you would have think that that was doomsday. Our members just, why did you do this? Why did you make these decisions? I want my teller. I want that experience. But now that is the preferred way to bank through the drive-thru. If we ever went back to the old school tubes that we, send over the drive-thru lanes, they would be mortified.
Yeah.
So now we're figuring out that as we personalize that and as we continue to build those relationships, members prefer this way of banking. We just have to get over that initial hesitation. It's really member-centric issues and staff-centric issues. So for our members, we want to be able to bank on their terms, and we want that experience to be clean, intentional, thoughtful, crisp, friction-free. And when you're in that traditional banking model, that doesn't exist. You have to have a very large footprint and a lot of staff to be able to handle it in that fashion. And the days are changing. People's lives are busy. They're taking their kids to school, they're running their businesses, and you don't always have time to walk into your bank to talk about a loan or talk about a new account. Better yet, you walk in, you find the time to do that, you walk in and there's no staff available to do it, right? That's an extremely frustrating experience. So by leveraging these technologies, we can allow our members to bank on their terms, not just for consumer loans, but for commercial, for mortgage, for general questions. On the staff side, there's a lot of pressure, of course, with staffing, and there's a tight labor market. And we don't want our members and our staff to be impacted by call outs or organizational change. It just lets them be more efficient. So,
yeah.
Member satisfaction. It's really simple. Consumers expect this level of service. And at our organization, we talk a lot about why InRoads. Why do you want to choose us? Why don't you want to choose a competitor or a mega bank? Or how are we building a value proposition that people just can't refuse? And by leveraging these technologies like L-P, that's allowed us to really execute that in a really intentional and thoughtful way. So, even people that aren't members. Now we're in a world that if I'm on the phone with you and you're driving and you're asking questions about joining membership, I'm going to shoot you a text with the membership application. I'm Kim, text me if you have any questions. And by the way, when you get home, you can't forget all of the things we just went over because I'm going to text that to you. So it's really allowing us to build relationships and make our members so happy. It's been awesome. I share this a lot. I've done networking before, but I think it's really easy to get in your silos, right? And you think that your problems are the only problems that anybody is facing and they're so unique to you. But when you get in a room with people who are using the same technologies, that are leaders, that are in and day out, it really gives a sense of, all right, we're figuring this out together. We're trailblazing this path together, and it's been really insightful.